Hello everybody, we could be talking about the Pittsburgh Penguins getting new owners today, as well as GM of the Vancouver Canucks, Jim Benning, possibly being on the hot seat, who knows. So before we start, please make sure to like this video and then join the Hockey Brigade by subscribing. Now let's get to it. So, as most of you know, the Pittsburgh Penguins have been owned by the former Penguins legend Mario Lemieux and investor Ron Burkle since 1999. And if you know a little bit about hockey history, you'll also know that this organization looked like they were a lock to move over to another city. Things are going wrong, attendance issues, stuff like that, financial problems, and it was just crazy. However, for about the past 15 years, they have been not only one of the most stable organizations in the league, but probably one of the best in terms of support, attendance, just results on the ice, and it has been something really good for them. But it's probably time for Super Mario to hand over the reins, maybe, as this looks like it actually could be serious. We've heard about before, maybe the past few years, rumors, murmurs, all that stuff, but it looks like it could be the real deal. Now, the potential new ownership interested in Fenway Sports is the Fenway Sports Group, and they are the group that owns the Boston Red Sox and Liverpool FC of the Premier League. If that was to happen, I think it would be really interesting to see, because you would see FSG, they have an ownership experience. They also would be dipping their toes into a third sport, but they've also got, again, that experience in other sports. On top of that, fun fact, LeBron James, the basketball star, would have part ownership of the Pens, as he is part of FSG. Personally, I'm not really sure how I feel about it, because obviously Lemieux is embedded in Pittsburgh hockey history, and him not being part of ownership would be weird, although there does seem to be rumors he would still have minority stakes within the organization, probably super small, just because they'd want the fans to be like, alright, he's still involved. Now, luckily for Pittsburgh fans, it doesn't look like FSG is shy about spending money. I looked at the MLB payroll for the past 5 seasons, and the Boston Red Sox are always in the top 10 all 5 of those years, and I believe they were in the top 5 3 of those years, so they can and will spend money. Now, if things go smoothly between both parties, we could see a transition of ownership by the end of the week, and that will be curious to see. Can they get it done by the end of the week? Maybe. Will it happen? Who knows? It's looking very likely, though. Now, moving over to the Pacific Northwest, we'll be talking about the Vancouver Canucks GM, Jim Benning, and his job security. We've talked about it before. We've talked about my opinion, and we know that he has been the GM since 2014. Team really hasn't done anything at all. In his tenureship with the Canucks, they've only won a single playoff round if you exclude the qualifying round over the Minnesota Wild. And, that paired with the Canucks' 5-9-2 start through 16 games has got him in the hot seat. And apparently the Canucks owner, Francesco Aquilini, is having or had a meeting today with him about, why is this team off to such a bad start and what are we going to do to address the problem. Now, apparently it's got so bad they're even telling local media to tone down the negativity. Don't even know if you're allowed to do that. You can probably suggest it, but I don't think that they could actually make them do anything. Here is my take, and here's what I have to say about this. Jim may or may not be a great guy outside of hockey. I don't know. I don't care. As long as you're not a terrible person, I really don't care what you do off the ice. He could be a saint for all I know, but I don't. And the thing is, I don't care. Again, as long as you're not a bad person, and you're going about, that's fine. But if you are not getting results in the hockey field, in the hockey world, it's probably time to go. And a few years ago, maybe I'd be more likely to defend him, but I've got to the point where when you watch your team and you just know things are not where they need to be, you've got some talent, but there's just some boneheaded decisions being made. That's when I think that I've been on the ship, the bandwagon to fire Benning for a while now, probably at least 2 or 3 years, and it's time for him to let go. Maybe that's the fan side of me, but I gotta say, he has been there 7 years. This is gonna be 7th year, whatever it is. I wrote an article the other day about GMs that have been with their respective teams and how they go in the first 7 years. Let's just say things don't stack up, and it's like, I don't even want to get started. That's going to be a 10-minute rant. But anyway, that's just one person's take. Feel free to let me know how you feel down below. Also, would you be happy if the Penguins got new ownership? Let me know down below as well. If you liked this video, then like this video and subscribe. I appreciate it so much. Everybody stay safe. Have a great night. You go love hockey, all right? And before I go, actually, I forgot to mention this. So some of you know that I'm trying to get a dog, and it didn't go so hot yesterday, as you got to build this trust, and he's got issues. It actually went so well today. It actually went that well. They're going to bring in the person that kind of runs the Humane Society, and they're going to see how things go tomorrow to decide what the timeline is to get him and make him ours. And I am so happy because it went so well today. I was not expecting it, and it's amazing. But yeah, that's all for my little thing about my life. You guys have a great night, all right? Goodbye, Brigadiers and Brigadettes. This is your captain signing off. Have a great night.